This is AC Starler, aka Austin. Welcome back to my channel. And still celebrating 4th of July. Still for celebrating 4th of July and the 250 years of the celebration with Captain America Winter Soldier, and also celebrated with Supergirl with my best friend. We had a good time with that movie. Go check out Supergirl. It's fantastic. We also had some sushi. But me finishing off this from last night and also watching Hamilton this morning, which I'll do a video on that tomorrow, talking about on Blu-ray. But finishing this movie from last night and watching it last night is such a refresher. Rewatching this one because this is one of my favorite ones because after the first movie of Captain America and he saved the world, he thought he saved the world in good terms and teaming up with Hydra, and then find out that Hydra is also corrupted by um finding out that Shield is corrupted by Hydra, and then thought he took out Hydra back then, and then realizing that it's Shield has been compromised and everything. He has to work with Black Widow, Samuel Jackson, and himself. And we got introduced by Falcon in this, and then of course Winter Soldier, which is also Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes was also see what happened to him after the first movie, where he almost dies that train. And the reason why this was my favorite one because you have a lot more action in this, but also you have that stealth suit right here. You have that stealth suit, and then you have a blue stealth shield, and then the symbol of the fact that Captain America sees the world is changing, and Captain America's world is changing around him, and he kind of sees it being changed in the wider span of things. But when it comes to the fact that Shield's been compromised and it's been Hydra the whole time, he knew how to get a battle plan through. Also, bringing Anthony Mackie into this, being Falcon, and now that we have him as the Falcon slash Captain America, or now they call him Captain America and Brave New World, and he has no superpowers because he made a joke in this one, like, I do everything he does, but a little bit slower. That's literally what he does in Captain America Brave New World. He's pretty much does everything Captain America can do, but slower. I also like the fact that they had a secret Hydra thing for Shield in this movie because, like, again, there was a comic book series where Captain America was secretly a Shield soldier slash agent, and that comic book blew people's minds. And the fact that Captain America in this one didn't realize he was working for Shield and Hydra at the same time kind of shocked him a little bit in this because he was on the right side of history in this movie, and also in this world of the MCU. He was on the right side of history, but then he soon realized, is the right side of history that I'm doing good or bad? So, and he really realized it was bad. So it was it's a fun film. And those are the reasons why, some of the reasons why I liked it, because there's more action. Uh, Shield is being compromised by them being some undercover Hydra agents that are trying to take over Shield and still pretend that Shield and Hydra are the same thing. Um, it's more Captain America centric based film where Captain America actually calls the shots in its own movie. Not that he didn't call shots in his first movie or even Civil War, but Civil War was like an Avengers type movie. Um, but Yeah, and the fact that also Falcons in this is one of the things that we got to be introduced by, got to introduce and be introduced by Anthony Mackie as Falcon in here and see what he got to do before him going to other films, and then seeing Bucky Barnes come back as the Winter Soldier and see what he has to do, and the tense fight scenes with Captain America and Winter Soldier. It was kind of very entertaining. Me rewatching it's very entertaining. Um, and everyone had their own type of little scene here. Like Samuel Jackson had a scene where he's in the car. Captain America had some scenes with Bucky. Black Widow had some scenes as well. Falcon had some scenes. There was a lot. You even see the guy, the Indian guy from Community in there as a little nod to, I guess him in there, and have some comedy in there towards the end a little bit. And this is just a thrilling, so superhero, super soldier, s- action spy movie. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend checking this out. It's a really good movie. If you have seen this movie in the MCU, then I would love to know in the comments if this one's your favorite, or Brave New World, or The First Avenger, or Civil War, or even just any of him, even anything of him being in the Avengers movies. See what that's like. So if you like those, if Captain America in those, so like, yeah. And also highly recommend you go check Supergirl out in theaters. If you can't do that, then wait for it comes on HBO Max or digital. And that's pretty much it. Um, for that, I mean, I'm glad to sit down and finish the rest of this after watching Hamilton and hanging out with my best friend, getting sushi and seeing Supergirl. And hopefully that still happens with her and hanging out and doing a lot more. So I love this film. I also love Superman and Supergirl, and I love this. So it was all a great time to watch Supergirl and rewatch this and rewatch Hamilton. Also love Hamilton on this great, fantastic 4th of July that we have that's celebrating 250 years of our great nation. And a man that represents that is Captain America because he's a captain. His name is also America. His name is Steve Rogers. He will do anything for our country. He's he's America's Boy Scout. Same thing as Superman is Boy Scout as well. But again, I know Captain America is fictional, but we also have real soldiers and the Marines, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, space, something with space. We have those people protecting us every day. Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Army protecting us every day. And Captain America is a captain, but served in the Army and never stopped fighting for our country, even though he's 90 something years old, being frozen, and all that good stuff. And also, this also one other thing before I leave here. The interesting is the Winter Soldier was his best friend, Bucky Barnes. Um, and he's been a beast ever since he showed up in this movie, and then the further other movies, and his own movie, Thunderbolts, which I want to rewatch because pretty much in Thunderbolts, he's kind of like Steve Rogers, kind of leading his own team. So, yeah. And him growing from being the villain to being a hero to helping the Avengers out to being a part of the new Avengers. aka Thunderbolts, the New Avengers, has grown his path to grow his growth and path has led into being a hero, and then Captain America growing into being Captain America, First Avenger to going into Winter Soldier to Civil War to becoming an Avenger, going back in time, spending time with Peggy because this movie she's older, spending time with Peggy now coming back in Doomsday. The actor who plays Chris Evans coming back in Doomsday, being Captain America once again that we know and love, and saying that they can't be two Captain Americas. Now they're making that real. Now they're making that real that we can have Falcon Captain America and Captain America. So in the MCU, so that's going to be also fantastic to see. But again, is a representation of Captain America is also a representation of all those branches of military that I just uh, said in the MCU, kind of because everyone has their own thing. Like Punisher, yes, Punisher also served the military. Deadpool, Captain America, Black Widow, in some form, fashion. But you get my point. The ones I mainly named off, Captain America, Punisher, Deadpool. Now I'm thinking also Wolverine. That he's actually in the MCU now. They all served in the military. They all served in some type of wars, and they do what they do. So, but Captain America's the beast, the man. So, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe. This is the first time I ever did a review for this, so because the other one was a little pre-celebration intro. So yeah, put a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, and deuces.